So
All right.
here we go. Happy Tuesday.
The last.
Oh, time for the retinol rollout.
Amazing.
Raise your hand if you got your order in today for your new clinical solutions. Yay!
Look who's on tonight, and everybody that's on right now ordered tonight. I mean, that's awesome.
I tell you.
For you guys, are you just off the charts excited about this? Yeah, exactly. I mean, it really, the more we learn about it, I think the most important thing is not to let it overwhelm you, because it is a lot of technical information, but to be proud that we've got a product of this caliber, of this, that needs this kind of information that will make that kind of a change in people's skin. Holy gamoli, it's going to be just, it's going to be off the charts. I really believe that it really is going to be I said it all along, game changer. And I think men, don't forget, men clients, I really wanted to, once I get going on this, really start developing that, because what else do they need but to wash their face, put the clinical solutions on, and then a moisturizer, and they'll be happy campers. And guys are into their skin too, so I think that's important. Hey everybody, hey Jenny.
I'm gonna share my screen for just a second and show you guys. Let's see, this Facebook post. It's by Chatney. It's really cute. Now this is on her personal page, but I love how she did it. So stoked about this product and having entered the world of derma cosmetics. I'm just telling you, if you thought you already loved me, just wait. My first 10 people to use this product get to be a part of something huge I'm doing and special perks. You know where to find me. Hashtag craving more before and afters. Hashtag you know you love me. And hashtag your face has a new BFF.
Oh,
isn't that darling?
That is so
and then, she posted, a handful of pictures, but I just thought that was super cute.
It's
so
genuine and fun, and it's exciting. I mean, people are jumping on it. I wouldn't have thought that I would have, sold 8 in a day and couple, 24 hours yesterday and today. It's just, and more people are inquiring, and people are saying, you think I should do this for my sensitive skin? And so I think we need to be equipped, and we need to talk about that tonight, but we need to be equipped with all the information, and there is so much on In Touch. We talked about just going to the clinical solutions page and looking at all the support materials, the frequently asked questions, lots of great information there. And then there is now a clinical solutions confident, which is another module that goes with our Mary Kay University umbrella under education. So I really encourage, it was very interesting. Nora said she's already gotten hers. I finished mine today. Get in there, and Betty's has done hers. Really good information. It won't take you an hour to do the whole thing. And it's good, simple information. And I'm just going to say this here and now, just because I don't want to forget to say this, but I've really been researching. When I go to bed at night, instead of reading a book, I'm just looking at other people's tips and some of the directors that have been using it since September, and what their thoughts and their comments, and really just wanting to understand that. And the one thing that I will tell you, and this is from my experience, and I know Susan can probably vouch for this, that I've known is stay with the protocol. Know what it is. Don't rush the process. Our skin didn't come into this, whatever, the way it's looking overnight. And this is give this time, be patient. I think that's huge. Go through the protocol and use that facial milk all the time, not just on the days that they use the retinol, but use the facial milk night and day, all the time while they're going through the retinization process. And I think those things, making sure their skin's dry before they put the retinol on, and then making sure it's dry before they put the facial milk on when they're at that phase. But those simple steps, just following through and making sure they understand those simple steps, it's not a big old deal. It sounds like it when you first start reading all of it, and you're like, oh my gosh, and like you just want to put it on. But understand what the process is as a consultant, and then because you're gonna have a lot of questions, and I think this is going to be so good for all of us.
It is.
Thoughts?
The instructions, it can sound overwhelming, but Teresa and I were talking about, it's just once a day, I mean, once a week for the first month. So you're just going to try it 4 times in the first 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's so, the first 4 weeks, yeah.
I'm really interested, Teresa. I know you probably have a little agenda on how you want to address this tonight, but about sensitive skin, because I did have somebody text me today from my Scipio blast, and she's like, what about sensitive skin? And I really just talked to her about the fact that this is a way to let your skin acclimate to a product that is too harsh to just do every day out of the gate. And so other than that, and I said, I know people with sensitive skin who've had great success with it, but it is something you have to follow the instructions and be patient with it. So what else are they saying about sensitive skin? Does anybody want to comment? Nora?
I did read somewhere that it said it is not recommended for people with rosacea, and to be sure they speak to their dermatologist. So that's me, but I'm still going to try it. I figured I'll just do half my face. I won't do the whole face because I figure I'm a good test dummy for that, you know.
And you may want to do is even lengthen your process out. You'll kind of know, you know, but maybe add, you know, another day or a few days in between and just kind of stretch it out. And that's what some of the education, you know, talked about is just if it seems like it's a little bit much, you can stretch that out even more and just let your skin, you know, acclimate. That's really all it is. Just making your skin tolerant of a really an amazing thing that actually works on the cellular part of our skin and then the structural part, which is, you know, the collagen levels and the elastin. So how important is it for our skin to be firm and elastic and, you know, and have a glow? And, you know, even though all of our Mary Kay products help greatly towards those, and my gosh, I know my skin would not be this good if I weren't using Mary Kay for the last 30 plus years. I know there's no way. And so we've already got good skin, but I have seen a real difference over the past 4 months. Just when I wake up in the morning and I look at my naked face and I'm like, wow, there's a huge difference in it. And I really am tempted many days to go barefaced because I may not be going out anywhere. And I don't like to do that, particularly around the house. I like to put my face on, makes me feel better about myself, but I'm like, my skin looks really good. You know, comb my hair, I'm sometimes just go, and I don't normally do that. So y'all are going to be amazed. I can't wait for you all to try it and to get your all's opinions. But again, if I could say the number one thing is follow the protocol. It's there for a reason.
I love this whole little clip art thing. It says collagen depletion will continue forever unless something is done to combat it. Retinol is that something. So I think that's pretty cool. And I think I was watching or reading something from Leanne David, who is a great trainer. In fact, I think she's doing something right now as we speak, but she has rosacea, and she was talking about her 8 weeks, and the before and afters are pretty amazing with her. And I believe I posted, I think, let me double check. I posted a file about the retinol rollout kind of thing. And that was by Leanne David. And those pictures in there are her, Nora, of her before and after. But she was saying something like, you know, whatever your age is, subtract 20. And that number that's left for me, okay, is 36. So I have 36% less collagen than I did when I'm 20. I think that's what it means, because you lose a percentage a year. Is that the correct way to say it? So over 36 years, I've lost 1% per year, 36% of my collagen or my collagen production, however you say that. So it does over time. It really, and collagen is the building block of your whole skin and gives you that lift and building blocks and all of that. So, you know, you get really close in the mirror and you're like, you know, 56. Thank you, Mary Kay. I mean, yeah, I'd like to look younger, don't we all? But I'm like you, Teresa. I'm like, dang, what would I look like if I had used Mary Kay all these years?
Oh, no. I look better now. I can look back at pictures of me 30 years ago, and even though it was younger, I think personally my skin and everything looks better. And, you know, I know inside I'm better.
My body did, but no. What's that they say? I wish I was fat as I thought I was in high school and as tired as I was before I had kids. You know, we thought we were so fat and so tired, and then you have kids, and yeah. Anyway, so Teresa, I'm going to kind of turn it over to you because I know you did your study today, and I did other things. I just want you to know I didn't just make Teresa do everything.
No,
I did some behind the scenes stuff today.
Listen, here's another thing, just a tip, is team up with a girlfriend that's really going the same direction that you're going in, not somebody, and you all understand that, you know, you need to pull up or pep up or, you know, whatever, but somebody that's where you are and headed the same direction, and team up, because we do that all the time. You see that we duplicate. If you were on in both of our groups, you know, if I posted, she posted, that's the way we do that. And we share that responsibility. And she'll say, I'll go off and make this clip art. And I'm like, I'll go off and read this and do this. And so that is powerful, and it's fun too. So find somebody to team up with. And if you can't think of somebody, think of somebody. There you go. All right, here's a couple of tips that I'm just going to share. How'd you like that? Wasn't that brilliant?
That was brilliant.
You can think of somebody. I know you can. I know there's somebody else out there that's looking to team up with you. I started to actually start a binder, but then I decided, now I really want to go that much trouble. But because you're going to get a lot of info about clinical solutions, you know, that you're going to either print out or it's going to be in the lookbook or whatever. I just put it on a clipboard. And so everything that, if I print something out, if I get something from the company, I mean, you know that Mary Kay sends the sales directors, you know, a buzz kit. So there was a lot of clinical solution stuff in there, but the frequently asked questions, and then just some flyers, 8 weeks to train your skin. I love some of this lingo too. I think the more you read it, hear it, talk it, watch it in a video, that's what's going to start coming out of your mouth. And that's going to sound, you know, really great to your clients to know that they're connected with somebody that's, you know, really this in the know about a product that's this going to be this potent, I believe. That's number one, is make sure you've got something to keep it all together in one place. And the other thing that I found really handy, and this kind of goes along with my phone hacks, is that when I run across a file or a picture or somebody that makes a post about, you know, their thoughts that I think is particularly good, Chatney's script, I would pull that up and I'd put that in here. Okay, I would save that. So I just copy and pasted it in the notes app in my phone. And, you know, no matter what kind of, I'm knocking stuff off. No matter what kind of phone you have, you've got to have some kind of notes app. And so I'll just copy and paste. And so I'll have if you go to my notes, I mean, I don't know if you really can even see that, but I'll just tell you, it says social media.
Hold it still for a second. We might be able to focus our eyeballs.
No, I'm trying to put it.
Okay.
But you can't really.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm just going to say, like, it's got notes, clinical solutions, iPhone tips, Ignite 2021, computer repair, Time Was Luna's 3D Foundation, something, Christmas 2020, Christmas party, anything that I need to take out of my brain and put in a group, and then it stays in my phone. And then it is also on my computer, because my notes on my phone talk to the notes on my computer, and then it's also on my iPad. Now, I mostly use that feature on my phone, but it's handy to have, like if I wanted to bring it right now up on my computer and I wanted to bring up clinical solutions and show you some of the notes and things. But like the PDF file that we posted today that Susan posted from Leanne David and that I also posted in our group page, I put that in my clinical solutions notes in my notes app. That app has, I mean, my meeting notes, everything. Just put a date and put what your thoughts are, thoughts for the day, whatever. Keep that there, write it down, get it out of your head. I'd still keep a spiral notebook and I still have to write things down, but things that I want to save, scripts, texting scripts. I've got a whole, you know, if somebody says, give me a texting script for, you know, spring models, I probably can find one, copy and paste it right and send it right out. So when you run into that kind of stuff, don't just go, oh, that's a really good idea. if it's a really good idea, save it someplace that you can come back. Maybe you not be able to act on it right then, but when you're ready to act on it, you've saved it someplace. That makes sense. So that's kind of a good phone hack. So I wanted to just add that when you're coming into clinical solutions, the things that you might want to be saving, keep them on a clipboard or something in a notebook or whatever, but also keep a separate file on your phone so that you've got that extra information. So that's number 2, I think. And then Susan and I, you've already seen, we're going to have a retinol rollout, I don't know what we're calling it, next Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. So be inviting your guests, the ones that are pre-purchasing for sure. I mean, really kind of make sure that they're showing up right now, but really sell this out to your guests to come and find out what's the big deal about retinol 0.5. Yep, there's the invite.
Transform your beauty norm. So yeah, just a virtual beauty session. So use this, text it, Scipio it out. Let's have a really good turnout. 30 minutes. You know, our virtual parties are only about half an hour. So sounds good. Okay.
Anybody have any big glaring questions? I mean, again, if you've got questions, the answers are in touch for sure, but thoughts or a question about how to promote it with your customers. Yeah, are you all seeing what Susan and I are both doing in our customer groups, and anybody else? Are you kind of watching for that information out there? Anybody have any questions about this topic? Betty does.
I don't really have a question, but I wanted to give you some information because I've been watching Cindy Mack and another director. They've been going through all the information and everything. And you know how it says, don't do your neck or your décolleté? Well, Cindy's like Susan. She didn't read all the directions and she did her neck. And she said it really burned right down the center.
Yeah.
And she started putting the milk and everything on it, but it still was really a bad burn. So she put Neosporin on it, and in 24 hours, it was okay.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a good tip for everybody.
It's a good tip. It's follow the protocol. It does say don't. Here's
Right.
the thing. They say you can actually. I had the same thing. I'm still a little sensitive right through here because I put it on my neck and doing the same thing. And I had this big red rash and it burned. And I'm like, oh my gosh, because my skin up here was fine. So, but they say that it's not that you can't use it on this, but you may want to retinize it completely differently and even in longer stretches. And they say just do it really slow and longer because this is just different skin. And for sure, don't just slap it on. And I mean, that facial milk is, somebody said, there was a hashtag that said, calming milk is your best friend. And seriously, through this process, I mean, you all will fall in love, not only with the retinol. I mean, that's just a cream that you're putting on, but it's what's doing the job. But that facial milk feels so good. And it's like, it is almost like milk. I mean, it's just a little bit thicker than milk. Right, Suze? What do you think of it?
Isn't it like remember our old calming solution? We had that a while back, and we've had other products in the past that we used for just uncomfortable skin. Remember, we always laughed about my skin's uncomfortable. You know, like that sounded funny, but they say that this is a product that you'll sell separately as well, just for people that have skin irritations or razor burn or sunburn or whatever, I would imagine. So yeah, very good.
Another thing that I want to mention that, you know, I just think, gosh, sometimes we have so much information and so many ways of working our business now that part of our business, because we have so many ways to work it, becomes overwhelming. And somebody asked me today about flip charts. You know, do we still use flip charts? Well, you know, I think they're still putting them in the starter kits, but since we're not really in front of more than maybe a handful of people live, then some people are using them, some people aren't. But the key is, and the one thing I want to remind everybody is all that stuff, just went to it, is also on your phone in the digital showcase app. And make sure you have that. So there's a digital flip chart there, because you, more than anything, need to be digitized. You got it. Everything that you can have that's going to be on your phone or your computer, just like the thing that we shared today, that's the kind of stuff that you're going to be wanting to use in your Zoom meetings or on a FaceTime or Facebook Live, whatever. You're going to be wanting to use some of the tools that the company have already put into a tool for us to use. So there is a brand new Love What You Do booklet in there, brand spanking new in the digital showcase. The new Applause magazine is there, and they're also interactive. So it's not just an Applause magazine, just like what we get in the mail, because I'll know where we're going with this. We probably won't get Applause magazines in the mail for much longer, but there are actually podcasts that go with it. So it's more interactive, and there's actually more in the Applause magazine. So the February 2021 has a podcast in it. And the Star Consultant brochure is there. There's a new Start Something Beautiful magazine, and you can download this stuff too. So you can actually have it, print it, show it to somebody, email it out, text it out, la, 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 la. It's all right there in one little app, okay?
This is good because I know the stuff is there. I just kind of forget.
I do too.
Like, oh.
So there's a digital flip chart right there. And the looks collection, Star Consultant brochures, it's all right there. Just make sure it's updated. And so that that covers my phone hacks and the way that you can kind of keep yourself informed on clinical solutions. But yeah, I really encourage you, as soon as you can, to take 30 minutes to an hour and plug into the clinical solutions competent under education in Mary Kay in Touch, and spend some time in there. You'll be fascinated at how amazing this product is. The more you learn, the more excited you're going to become.
I've got another question for you.
Okay.
Okay, Betty Lou. Your name Lou, Betty? I'm just curious.
Ann.
Betty Ann. Okay, that works.
Of course it is.
Suppose we have some people says, I've got on my Facebook page.
Oops, Betty, you just went
mute.
You just muted. Okay. There you go.
Okay. I've got like people on my Facebook page that follow me, but they're not actually my customers. And if they say that they're interested in this and they don't use our skincare program, is that going to be compatible with other companies?
Of course it would be compatible. But I think the first thing that you want to do is find out what they are currently using. What do they love about it? What do they want to change? And I really, somebody else said that she's got a customer who's interested in the repair, and should she sell her the repair and the clinical solutions, or just the clinical solutions first and then the repair? And I'm like, oh, no, repair. Get them on the repair, get their skin accustomed there. I think another thing, and it's that way with the repair set. We don't have it in any other thing, but we've got retinol in the night cream in the repair set. Even though it's encapsulated retinol, not pure, it is still, we have retinol, and it's a low dose. But I think having used that night cream out of the repair set was for a long time, my skin is already somewhat accustomed to retinol, because I've been using the repair for a long time. So yeah, I think—
Not totally. If you don't follow directions, that doesn't matter.
And Betty, to answer your questions, I sure would talk to her about being, and I would guide her towards that. I wouldn't say, nope, I can't sell you the clinical solution unless you're using our skincare. I would just say, I would prefer, let's talk about what you're using, why you're using it, how it's working for you. And Nora's got an idea or a thought. Yeah.
That's actually one of the questions on the quiz on the module. That was one of the comments of, you have somebody that comes to you that doesn't do skincare. And that was one of the questions. I'm trying to remember what the wording was, oh no, you can't possibly use this. You have to use our skincare first.
Yeah, that was
That's the correct answering.
right answer. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't talk her out of it,
Address that.
but you certainly encourage them to be on our skincare first, and let's work this the right way. It's just kind of like, I think we have to see ourselves even more, and I've said this to clients before, I'm kind of like your doctor, and I'm giving you a prescription to send out there, and we're going to make sure this works for you, and if not, we'll change it up. And so it's the same thing, even a little bit more extreme with clinical solutions, and that's exactly what I'd say. If I were a doctor, I'm going to start you out on the best vitamin or whatever it is routine that I think you need right now, and then we'll make adjustments. And when your skin is ready and has gone through this, we'll see that you do, see if you need clinical solutions. She's going to need it. Everybody's going to need this. I mean, that's, again,
Right.
People with great skin.
Well,
I've seen people talking about that they have cystic acne, women who are older and have older acne. What is, there's a name for it. It's not adult
acne.
Yeah, older acne.
Old acne.
Kind of gross. Anyway, said it's amazing. It has really cleared up their skin and gotten rid of that cystic acne, which is really, some people fight for years with that. So there's be a lot of great solutions, I think, for people, whether they're younger, whether they're older, whether they have skin damage. For me, I think I didn't have as much skin damage or sun damage, or really I have one little spot that is lightened up. It's just the firmness, the way my skin looks, the way it feels. It feels drier, but not drier. It feels not so oily. I think that's the way I want to more say is my skin, because I would wake up in the morning sometimes and be kind of oily. I wake up and my skin looks fabulous. I mean, I don't even want to touch it. It looks so good. So I'm feeling that. What week are you on, Susan? Because I know you decided to start over.
Tonight will be week 2.
Okay. So she's still once a week, and she's putting mixing the milk and her retinol together.
Yeah, and you do avoid your eye area. I didn't know that either. Didn't read that the first time around. And this area under here, I mean, it gets real stingy, if you get it in there. So avoid your Huddle area.
If you're putting eye cream on, put it on before the retinol. You'll read that too, but that is something that they kind of go over and over and over again, is that make sure that you don't want to get, you want to
washing your hands between, after you've used it, before you apply anything else.
I'm even kind of careful, because this is serious. The dogs, I don't know if you all have dogs at one of you got any lotion on your hands or your legs. They just love that. And they same thing. And I'm like, no, I don't know. So I make sure that I wash that off my hands too. So I don't want my
tongues will be filled up.
Yeah, I do have one question though too, because I'm going to do this when we get off of here. I'm going to do my certification. If it's only about an hour, I'll do it tonight.
Oh yeah.
What do they say? You talked about the acne. My Jade has had peaches and cream skin forever using Clearproof. And then it got to a point where, of course, with the mask, she is so broken out. She just goes, it's the mask, it's the mask. So I was thinking, but she uses Clearproof, so she can't use this. Like they're not recommending it as a treatment for acne.
Just have her go off the Clearproof. Honestly, and this would just be the first thing that I would suggest to her, just knowing Jade, knowing her skin, I would put her in the Mary Kay Naturally Cleanser. So she's getting something that's very calming and very softening and very simple and very soothing. And then I'd put her in the retinol, and I'd put her retinol, and then I would put her in the facial milk with probably oil-free hydrating gel or intense, however dry her skin seems, but some probably oil-free hydrating gel. And that would be her routine, and take her off the Clearproof until she goes through the process. And then I think they say really don't mix those two things together at all, other than the acne treatment gel.
You can use.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it's a serious product with serious results. So you got to take the directions seriously. But I'm excited because, you guys, we do have great skin. We're all great advertisement for Mary Kay. And if we look this good now, what are we going to look like when we're done retinizing? And we're going to be our own best advertisement. So did y'all take your own, you want to take your own before picture the first day you do it? I did mine last week. It's pretty frightening. Not that my skin is frightening. It's just, good grief. My husband has to go to sleep with that every night. I'm like, no eyes. And Teresa, you'll be very proud of me. I pulled a lash and brow building serum off my shelf. I've been using it every night for the last week. Now, this is brow pencil, okay? But I'm just getting where I'll have like 3 hairs on my brows. So it's time to get serious. So that's part of that before picture. I'll be excited to say, oh, and did you notice my brows?
Yeah, really, that's true. Because I wish I had done that too. That stuff is, you just got to use it. We got to use it, got to be consistent. It kind of sounds like our jobs, doesn't it? You know, we've got to be consistent with them. We just got to get out there, but open your mouth, let people know about this, and get on the bandwagon and sell some product. They're going to be so excited.
That's right.
Did you say there is going to be samples of the solution?
Just the milk, facial milk right now. That's the only thing that's available. There is a little sampler of the facial milk. I don't know if they'll, I don't know why they did that, to tell you the truth, but.
Well, because you can use it as a standalone product, I think. Some other things, but I placed my order today. I didn't see samples. I mean, you're talking about the Deluxe Mini.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're on this section 2 of the new order form.
Like samples or Deluxe Mini?
Deluxe Mini.
I think they're
Deluxe Mini.
Deluxe Mini. That I think that's what they're saying, and it's just
Okay.
like
Yeah, I don't know.
$3 for a small little bottle. They would be lovely to have, though. I mean, seriously, just to have one in your purse. It is kind of like the calming influence would be something that you would want to have around. It would be a great gift with purchase. You know, an extra little something, maybe even for those that are pre-purchasing. And by the way, I think most of you know, but there's so many different ways that people are pre-selling this. But right now, what we're doing is between now and the 31st, we're selling it for $99. We're giving $10.50 of our profit away, and it's going gangbusters. Anybody else have a thought about that?
If you have to do any of that, it's still a great price on that product. But if
It
you
is.
feel, I just decided to do that instead of a gift. I thought, okay, let's get them hooked on it. So everybody likes a deal.
Absolutely. All right,
Okay.
guys. Well,
Thank you.
do what? Brenda, did you have a question? Were you getting ready to say something? Okay. If you have any questions about it, make sure to connect with us. Keep doing your homework, and just tear it up this week. I mean, just tear it up until the end of the month, and be part of that 225 club. That's really fun. I'm having fun posting about that, and, you know, really get things going this month in January, because what you're doing right now, you're going to be reaping the benefits February and March, April, May, and June. Yeah,
Okay.
Brenda is looking all fab in that hat, really. Thank you for
No,
saying.
she sits there and she poses and then she moves, and I'm like, oh, I thought that was a glamour shot of her.
I know it's her.
Yeah, they're like, and then she'll blink, and I'm like, oh, she's really there. Hey, I'll finish us with an inspiration. Yesterday, I just needed a little inspiration from the Word, so I opened my Bible to Galatians 6:9, and I'm paraphrasing the best I can remember is, let us not grow weary in doing good. For the proper time, we will reap a harvest of blessings if we do not give up. So hang in there, keep working your business. It's going to be a great year. Got to be better than the last one, right? So, stay healthy.
What's wrong with y'all?
Sell some product. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.